All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. As you're coming into the room, you're going to see a chat box on your right. Actually, it might be on your left. I'm not sure how it looks on your end. If you see a chat box, drop a comment, give me your name, where you're coming in from, as we wait for everybody to gather. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? All right. Can you guys hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hi, Heather. Hey, Patricia. Sarah. Laura, you can hear me. Good. Oh, Karen. My BFF is in the room. Is Beefcake there? Hi, Patty. Stephanie. Look at you. I didn't get to see you in Dublin, but I get to see you here. Mwah. No Beefcake. I'll talk to him later. Hello, Nicole. You figured out the time stone thing. Good for you. Dorothy, Laura, Heather. Hey, Heather. Gail, Patricia, Cindy. Oh, we got a lot of Ohioans here. Hello, Laura. Anne is tuning in from Inverness. We were just there. Karen Franny, who is in this chat. It's very cold there. Hello, Maryland from Nevada. We're headed to Vegas end of the month to see the Eagles. Maybe I'll see you there. Hi, Beth. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Sandra. Kentucky. Nice. Hello, Lorna from Calgary. Oh, Beverly's here. Hey, Beverly. I'm seeing a lot of people that I know. Sharon, Carol, hi. And it's great. And that's kind of what this whole community is all about. We all get to know each other, and yeah. Oh, Margaret's here. I was hoping you'd be here. Oh, hello, Lisa. So listen, while we're waiting a few minutes to get everybody in, I'm having a really good hair day too. So I'm super happy with the hair so far. So far the day on my end's turning out really good. It is 10 a.m. where I live. We have had really horrendous weather. In fact, about 40 minutes where I live, there's been massive flooding, power outages all over the province. So I was kind of fearful that, yeah, that this wouldn't happen. But thankfully for our community, we haven't really been touched other than a ton of rain, and we still all have our power. But nothing for what Florida is going through right now. There are many in my community that live in the Florida area. So we are thinking of you guys. Naomi from the Bronx. I've always wanted to go to the Bronx. When I come, we'll work out together. Deal? All right. We are going to need some tools for today's workout. So, yeah, it's going to be a great workout. Oh, hi, Carolyn. If you guys have osteoporosis, this is a safe workout. I'm going to explain some of the changes that you may need to do. What we're focusing on, or what my messaging is building bone for the postmenopausal woman. As we decrease the production of estrogen, we lose bone density, and quite rapidly. Now, this rapid change can then slowly lead to osteopenia and then osteoporosis. And they do call it the silent killer because you don't know typically until you break a bone. Now, there are many women that are proactive in their health and will get a DEXA scan, at which course then we'll know what their bone density is. But quite often, they don't know until a bone is broken. Now, unfortunately, you may think back in your 20s or 30s, if you broke a bone, oh, no problem, you bounce back up. I've broken my elbow, I've broken my arm. As we age, and if you do have low bone density scores, you don't bounce back as fast, and your chances of refracturing quadruple. Now, this is even more so too if it's in the vertebrae. So say you do a slight fracture of a vertebrae, thoracic spine's a common area, you're going to fracture. Your chances of fracturing above and below that site are even higher. So I've really been focusing on the last few years on strength training for women, especially postmenopausal, to help with our bone density. Now, how the heck does strength training help with this? Well, it provides load to the muscles and the bones, creating stimulus for that bone to build new growth as well as to strengthen the quality of the bone that it's at now. So, really cool studies have been done, and thankfully, finally, with postmenopausal women, and they're finding that yes, strength training is the smart thing to do. Now, not only do we increase our bone density, we obviously increase our muscle strength. When that happens, what do? We increase our functional strength. Your ability to do everything in real life now improves. And I don't know about you, but after the age of 50, my goals are no longer to fit into a certain dress or to wear a certain pair of jeans or to fit into that pant size. I now want to be able to do all, and by the way, there might be some potty words in this live stream. So if that offends you, close your ears right now. I want to be able to do all the shit that I used to do. And now in my 50s, 60s, 70s, beyond, effortlessly. And that is why I strength train, and that is why I preach it. I just had somebody email me today, 69. Is it too late for me? No. Wherever we are, wherever you are, we can meet you there and we can get you stronger. Now, for today's workout, hello, Linda. Kate's here. Awesome. This is so great. It's like a group of friends are here together. All right, let's enough chit chat. We need to sweat. So today, I would love for you to grab, and I didn't put this in the live stream, so you're probably all going to have to rush off and grab this real quick. Can you grab a dowel? If you don't have a dowel, why don't you have a dowel hanging around? Total sarcasm. Grab a broomstick. All right, we all have a broomstick. We'll also need chair or bench, and then dumbbells that you perceive as light, moderate, and probably heavy as well. I'm not going to Margaret. She's 75 and she's kicking ass. So is Patty. I want you to grab dumbbells that you feel are going to be light, moderate, and heavy for you. So that's all relative to where you are in your fitness journey, as well as how the heck you're feeling today. Maybe you didn't wake up as perky as I am with great hair and you're just feeling a little sluggish. Then I want you to pick what's going to get you to where you need to be today. The other thing I'm going to recommend, hello, Claire, 79, soon to be 80 years young. Awesome. I recommend, Dawn is here. I recommend doing, Chris. Chris has been with me forever. We need to meet one day, Chris. I'd love for you to try this workout in your bare feet, whether it be in your socks or in your bare feet. What happens when we work out, especially strength train in bare feet, we are able to lift better because we have that balance of all of our whole foot is on the ground. I don't want to diss Hoka runners. They're fantastic runners, but they're so built up. They're not a preferable training runner. They may be great for your walking or your running, but for when we come to weight training and strength training, we want what's called a low profile runner. Or as I mentioned today, or just a couple seconds ago, let's try this workout in bare feet. Now, if you're also on a hard surface, it's going to provide a more stimulus for the bones. I just re-recorded a version 2, what we're calling 2.0 of my bone building osteoporosis program. We're releasing it tomorrow on Over 50 Fitness. And in that program, we do all barefoot training. So if you want to give it a try, let's try it. If you're not sure because of knee issues, ankle issues, hip issues, then I'll cue you when we're on the final round of exercises and maybe give it a try so that you can slowly adapt into it. All right, so I want you to grab a dowel or broomstick, pair of light, moderate, and heavy dumbbells, your water bottle, and a chair or bench. All right, I need to take off my shoes, my socks. Okay, so the first thing is the dowel. What I want to teach you guys is the hip hinge. If you've been with me for a while, you know I preach a good hip hinge. The reason being, it doesn't matter whether you have osteoporosis or whether you don't. We start lifting with a poor, in particular, our squat, lunge, and deadlift patterns with a poor posture, rounded back. We're just setting ourselves up for lumbar issues, in particular disc issues, and if you do have osteoporosis, then a vertebral fracture. So we want to think about hip hinge. Now, if you do have osteoporosis, you need to also consider thinking about this moving into your regular day-to-day living. I'll quite often hear from people in our community where they're just pick something up and they crack a vertebrae. So we do have to think about these mechanics in day-to-day life. So let's learn it now. Y'all got your dowel? No? Come on. Do you want me to do a little dance while we wait? Everybody got their dowel? Denmark, holy cow. Hi, Gita. Karen says off is the best. I pay Karen to say that, so thank you, Karen. You get your pence. All right, everybody. I want you to have your feet shoulder width apart. Place the dowel broomstick so that you can feel it resting along your bum. All right, you're not going to feel your low back. You're going to feel it in between the shoulder blades and then slide the chin in so that you can feel the back of the head. Now hold on the dowel top and bottom. So this is what it looks like from the front for me. Now I want you to soften the knees. And now I want you to hinge forward from the top of your leg crease, keeping everything against your dowel. Here we go. Push the hips back. Woo! Now I found my mid back started to go. So now I've got to pull my shoulder blades together so that I can keep it closer, my mid back closer to my dowel. Now let's keep on hip hinging. So what is this teaching you? This is teaching you how to hinge forward, keeping your spine in neutral so there is zero risk to the spine. You're also strongest in this position. A little bit of flexion in day-to-day life isn't going to kill you. But when we're lifting, when we're squatting, when we're lunging, this is the hinge pattern we want to get into. And this is what you want in muscle memory for sure if you have osteoporosis. You'll feel this in the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. You might feel your glutes fired up. Again, I like a shoulder width knee stance. Knees are soft. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And release. So that hip hinge will really be prevalent when we do a deadlift pattern, which we aren't doing today, but in future workouts if you do a deadlift. But believe it or not, it also happens in a squat pattern. See the hinge. What we don't want is that rounded spine, okay? That rounded lower lumbar spine. We also don't want the hunchback happening. So I find the dowel is really useful to help train people on how to do that hinge pattern correctly. The other thing that would help on your end is practicing in front of a mirror. That visual feedback is so important. All right, we are going to get busy. We can all hear me, right? And we can all see me. Make sure we can hear and see. Yeah, good. Carrie has company over. Okay. Get your company to do the workout. All right, I'm going to get this timer started. If you wear a fitness watch and you like to track your workout, a really good setting for today's workout, because we're doing it circuit style, would be a HIIT setting. All right, let's head down onto the mat, start warming up into the core and glutes, and then build ourselves to standing. Let's get knees over hips, hands straight, thumbs pointed to the wall behind you. Draw the belly button in and feel your abs activate. Now, without pushing your low back into the mat or allowing it to lift off, just slowly lower your left leg. So you'll extend it, lower, heel touches mat, back up. Other leg, extend, lower, neutral spine, back up. Left leg again, add the opposite arm. This is our traditional dead bug pattern. Breathe it. Focusing on, again, neutral spine, not pushing the low back into our mat, not allowing the low back to pop off. Now, if that low back starts to pop off, let's keep the knee bent then. Let's not extend the leg. So the whole idea of this exercise is keeping that low spine neutral by using and engaging your deep core muscles. Exhale. Good. 4 more. So today's workout is a circuit style. We're going to intermix strength-based patterns as well as power-based patterns, because we lose power too as we age. Feet down on the ground, hip width apart, heels close to bum, arms down by the side. Squeeze the glutes, lift up for bridge, lower down. There'll be some jumping in the workout. That high impact is so important for bone density. However, if it's not where you're at today, I'll definitely going to show you lower impact versions of each move. Now we have 30 seconds on the clock for today's workout because I want you to lift heavier because that's what the research is showing for better bone density. Last 4 here. And 3, 2, and 1. Come on to all fours for me, please. Wrists under shoulders, knees apart under hips. Extend one leg, opposite arm, reach it, thumb up to the ceiling, heel pressing to the wall behind you, back down. Once again, we got that neutral spine. Once you see me, I want you to just take a look at the top of your mat. This workout is actually one of the workouts in my newly revamped bone building osteoporosis program. Super excited about that. As mentioned, it's going to be available tomorrow afternoon on Off, Over 50 Fitness, and I'll send everybody a link. And if you're not part of Off and just want to rent the program, I'll send you a little present so that you can do it. Breathe it. Let's do one more each side. Last one. Now come off of the hands. I want you to come into a stand with no assistance. Beautiful. Feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. Push your bum back, hip hinge, squat down, knees track with second toe. Now I want you to think about, especially if you're in bare feet, you're rooted through the big toe. You're picking up the arches by activating the deep hip muscles, outer hip muscles, and then imprinting the outer edge of your foot. So don't let the heels or the insoles collapse in because we're going to get this collapsing of the knee. 4 here. 3, 2, 1. Come to stand. Lead with the thumb. Take this arm up, 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 up. Rotate with the pinky and lead down. Do it again. Thumb, rotate. I see my hand is getting cut off in the screen. Up. Rotate. So I'm going to lead with my thumb until it hits the very top, and then I rotate and lead with my pinky. Getting deep in that shoulder last time. Articulating through that joint, other side. Lead with the thumb. Pinky, come down. Shoulders, hips, knees to me. Last 3, 2, 1 more. Into the hip joint, step it up and over, other side. Up and over, beautiful. So today's circuit are 8 of my favorite exercises, as mentioned, between strength and power building. 30 seconds of work, and we have 3 rounds. 1 more each side. Last one. Beautiful. Give some room behind you. Feet hip width apart. Take a step back. You bend that knee however deep it feels comfortable for you. All right. And then reach the arms up. Thumbs going into the wall behind you. We are doing a lunge pattern in this workout because it is so functional. We need to be able to offset our body. We need to be able to strengthen the muscles around the knees. My advanced people, can you get knee down to ground? Last 2. Last 1. And march. All right, have your dumbbells close by. We are getting busy in 20 seconds. We're starting out with heavy dumbbells in each hand, unless you're not feeling it today. We're doing a lunge pattern, so, body weight works as well. Start at the top of your mat, feet hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the belly button in, embrace the abs. Take the left leg, step back, drop it down as deep as you feel. Other leg, deep. Good. Breathe it. Again, it can be a micro knee bend. The knees just aren't feeling it today. Or it can be knee to mat and everything in between. Your lunge is going to look however it feels good for you at this moment. Let's get 1 more in. Bend the knees to put the dumbbells down. we're using our chair or bench for our power move. Make sure that chair's right behind you, feet shoulder width apart. Push the bum back, lift up, pogo hop. Pogo hop. So I'm adding that impact coming off the heels. The impact doesn't feel good for you, heel lift, go. Squat, heel lift, or pogo. Pogo. Advanced people, squat, jump. No pogo. You go right into it. So we can layer up and tone it down to wherever you want to be. But what don't we lose? That mechanics of our squat. Hip hinge, knees track with second toes, abs braced. Breathe it. Time. All right. Grab your heavy. Have a seat. Yes, we got to do some up and down in this workout. Sorry. Dumbbell on each thigh for me. Just let yourself drop right back. Slide your elbows slightly in front of the shoulders and then press the dumbbells above the chest and lower. Good. Now, I want you to remember this exercise because I'm going to turn it into a push-up off my chair for round 2 and 3. I recognize push-ups aren't for everybody, so if that's not you, you'll come back to the chest press. Deal? Deal. Exhale, press up. Take it slow. All right, lower time, higher weight, slow and controlled. All right, let the dumbbells drop, come to up. All right, you come up without holding on to anything, please. Moving into our power. Join me. You're just going to take it side to side, side to side, side to side. Now, you're feeling a little spicy. Jump side to side, landing on one leg, knee soft, powering up. So a power move works our fast twitch muscle fibers. Unfortunately, those atrophy as we age, making it more likely that we become frail and old. And nobody in my community is going to be frail and old. So here we go. Breathe. Pick it up if you like. March it. All right, I want you to grab heavy. We're going to work into your back muscles. This muscle group can take a lot of load. Left hand, right hand's going to rest on your chair. We call this a tripod stance. So the hands in the center, feet are apart, about mat width. Now drive the elbow up, exhale, slow release. So we've got now that hip hinge, neutral spine, all that good stuff. All of that are your basic lifting mechanics, and they just transfer to each move. Now our breath out is always on the hard. So here it's pulling up against gravity. However, if you forget when to breathe, how to breathe, don't worry about it. I just want you breathing. Now give me one more, and then we're going to keep working this arm. Come to stand. Now, whatever arm you have the dumbbell down, put the heavy down and pick up your light. Same hand. Now I want you to think about you're at the top of a mountain and you've got ski poles. Only one weighted though. Our ski poles are back. Now we hip hinge and then we drive up and we drive up. One arm skier. Here's our power move. So yes, it's still a bit of a squat. It's a partial squat. All we've now just added is an offset weight, turning the core further and speed. So we still remember the hip hinge, the braced abs, shoulders back and down, knees track with second toe. We still remember all that. Just sped it up. And then we use the glutes to get that arm up there. Yes? Perfect. All right, we got the other arm now for the row. So let's switch out. Right arm, left hand in that tripod position. Sit your hips back and tailbone up to the ceiling. Now shift your body weight back. I don't want you right on top of your wrists. Right arm extends, drive up, exhale. Again, 30 seconds. So we're getting between probably 10 to 12 reps, which is right up in there in that sweet spot for muscular strength. So make sure by the end of the 30 seconds that you can feel the muscles we're training. Here, into the back, upper back, rear delt, bicep. Couple more, and then we switch out this right arm to a light dumbbell. One more. All right, light dumbbell. Here we go. We're at that top of the mountain. Our ski poles are back. Shoulders are back and down. We have that hip hinge. See what that looks like? And then we use the hips to drive up. So let's go. I really want you to think about pushing through the heels and using the hips to get that dumbbell up there. As mentioned, with the offset weight, ton of core is activated. In particular, your left side, opposite side oblique. We got this. We grab a quick sip of water. We go into round 2. And that's where I want you to reevaluate your life choices. Can you go heavier? 2 more. 1 more. March it. Grab some water. All right. So just want you to think about it. And I'm not trying to shame you into going to heavier. Just want you to be honest with yourself. Did that round fatigue the muscles? We go lunges. How we doing there? Yes, this workout is in the new, Anna, the new osteo program that's being released tomorrow on off. All right, let's grab the heavy. Feet hip width, step back lunge. The osteoporosis program that I had, we're calling that version 1. I redid all the day-to-day workouts, and that is version 2. So there's 2 versions of the program now. Both versions will be available to all subscribers of Over 50 Fitness. If you want to try version 2 and you're not a member of Off, you can rent it. We have rentals for 30 days. Last one. All right, squat pogo. Bend the knees to get the dumbbells down there. Remember, not your back. We want that chair right behind us, feet shoulder width apart. We squat, we heel lift if our choice is a low impact. Okay, or we pogo hop. Let's go. Or we squat jump. For my advanced people, we land soft, knees track with second toes. Chest up, head up. Come on, power up those legs. There we go. Now, heart rate's gonna get up there too on this one. No doubt about it. Woo, march it. All right, I'm gonna move into a push-up using my chair. You can also use the wall for beginners, or you can say, you know what, I don't wanna do push-ups, PJ. Grab your heavies and get set up for chest press. Those of you that decide to do the push-up with me, on the knees, double up the mat if that feels better. Come down, chest to ground, elbow points to the back of the wall, the mat. Give me 2. Now on the third one, press up and give me a power and then land. Give me 2, press up, give me power and land. So now we're combining traditional strength move, push up, and then adding power to get really into those fast twitch muscle fibers of the upper body, as well as bone building is site specific, getting into the wrists and shoulders. Come to stand without touching anything. All right, follow me, please. Take it, step it. All right, now I've got a crease in my mat, so I'm kind of using that as my stepping over, trying to jump over it. You can even put a dumbbell on the ground. All right, now if you like, add a hop. Now when we add that hop, we're gonna land in a single leg squat. Super functional, super awesome. Woo, super sweaty. Breathe it. You don't need to add this hop. You can stay where we were at that beginning. Push off, land soft. Now, if you're in bare feet, you're on that hard surface, we're creating more stimulus to that bone. 20, march it. All right, left hand, heavy dumbbell, tripod row. Remember, heavy. These guys are big muscles and multi-joints moving, so many muscles involved. Feet about mat width. Sit your hips back, tripod the body, square the shoulders, abs braced. Drive up that elbow, exhale. Once you see me, take a look straight ahead, neck in line with the spine. This is a pretty basic movement pattern, and it's super effective for your back muscles, bicep, posture muscles. As mentioned though, really large muscles here, so we need to lift heavy to be able to fatigue them. My knees are soft. Let's get one more in here. Come to stand. Let's stay with that same arm. Grab your light dumbbell, or maybe you're feeling spicy and you decide to do moderate or workout. Feet are going to be shoulder width. We're at that top of the mountain. Our poles are back. Now we hip hinge and use the hips to get the dumbbell up. Let's go. Side view. Good. Once you've seen me, don't turn your neck to look at me if you're not positioned facing me. I want you looking straight ahead. Neck lines up with that spine. Remember that dowel? We had that back of the head hitting the dowel too. Quite often we forget about the head being part of the neutral spine. Here we go. Last 3, 2, 1. Come to march. All right, we good? Haha. You guys are amazing. Showing up on a Sunday for a workout. Love it. All right, right hand now. We've got that row. So what do we want? Heavy. Here we go. Tripod. Abs brace. Sit back. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drive up. Good. Keep going. I'm just going to check the comments. Make sure we're all on the same page. Wow, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name from Iceland. Definitely you can watch this later. If you're on the email list, we're sending out the replay link. Oh, hey, Kathy from Nashville. All right, here we go. Sit back. Let's go. Row up. Exhale. Row up. Good. Let's get in one more, crew. Nice. All right, come to stand. That hand that had the heavy, grab the light or moderate. We're at that top of that mountain. Okay, hip hinge. Arms back. Use the glutes and the hips to get the dumbbell up there. So we've done this, if you're familiar with my workouts, we've done this with 2 dumbbells. We've done this with a kettlebell in between the knees called a wood chop. We've done it a few times single arm. I love the single arm version because it does recruit a lot more through the core through here, right on this side. Here's the front view. Good. How's the hair? Is it still looking good? Let's go right back. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My YouTube workouts, I usually just look like a hot mess. So, die, march it out, grab a sip of water. So when the planets align and the gods smile upon me and I show up with good looking hair, I embrace that. All right, cheers. Grab a sip. We got one more to go, and then we're moving into some of my favorite core exercises. All right. Do you remember the first exercise? Yeah, I bet you my friend Karen knows. We call her the brain. It is alternating reverse lunges. Feet hip width apart, shoulders back and down. Let's step back left leg. Knee going as low as you can. My advanced people, can we get that knee touching that mat? Come on. So there's a lot more research out now with bone building, which is why I developed a version 2 of the program. It's just an evolution of my training and what's been released in studies. That's why the barefoot training, one more time, is quite prevalent in the new program, as is some hopping drills. All right, we've got squat pogo. We're going to use the bench. Now, where are our options on that? Well, it's a squat heel lift. Join me here right away. Join me with the heel lift. It's always good to prime those calves if you're going to jump. Now you can add a pogo. 1, 2. 1, 2. Or squat jump. Up. Up. So last time, so if you were doing one version, see if you can pick it up to the next version. This is the last time we got to do this. If you're doing squat jumps all along, pick up the tempo, jump higher. One more. Good, march it. All right, we have chest press with the heavy dumbbells, or join me on the bench, or by all means against a wall standing. Knees on the ground, double your mat if that feels better. Come down for 2 for me. Elbows track to the back of your mat. Now power it up for 2. 1, 2. Give me 2 regular. Now power it up for 2. 1, 2. Last time we do the regular. Now, 15 seconds of power. Go. Breathe it. Breathe it. Chest all the way to your bench or chair. Come on. A few more reps. Let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Nice. When I was filming this workout for the new osteo program, I was sore the next day. It was awesome. All right, follow me. We're going over something, right? We sure are. So this is low impact version, but we still got a lot of balance here. All right, leg strength. You want to add higher intensity, higher impact. It's very important that the workouts you choose meet you where you are. All right, give you options, give you coaching. All right, we got less than 10 seconds. Let's see if we can pick it up. Come on. March it. Oh, I love that in the hips. Training out here, so important for knee health. All right, we have a tripod row. Let's do the left arm. What do we need? Heavy. Bend the legs to pick it up if it's on the ground. Feet apart. Tripod the body. Hip hinge, abs brace. Exhale, drive up. Slow down your speed of movement. It's hard. I just recognized that I was going a little too fast to go from a power move, which is speed and power, velocity, to now a strength move in which we need to slow it down. So just thought I would cue you, just take it a little slower. Come to stand, whatever hand has that heavy, switch it out, moderate or light. We are at the top of the mountain. Our ski poles are back. We hip hinge, we drive up, push through the heels. Good. Arms coming to shoulder height. I'm still swinging the non-dumbbell arm. And I'm using big powerhouse muscle of my glute to get my dumbbell up to my shoulders, not my little tiny deltoid muscle of my shoulder. Ten more seconds. Come on. Breathe it. How are your knees? Are they tracking with the second toe? Sometimes they can go inwards on this move. Don't let it happen. Don't let that happen. Time. All right. Be strong. Here we go. Right arm. March it. So right arm row. We're going to grab the heavy. Set ourselves up for the tripod. Sit ourselves back. We're not directly on top of that wrist. Shoulders squared. 3, 2, 1. Drive up. Exhale. Again, speed of movement for strength, slow. You're in control of the lift. Gravity hasn't taken over. You're not just letting the arm drop back to straighten. You're lowering slowly. One more. Come to stand. All right, last move of the circuit, not the workout. You grab your moderate or your light dumbbell. I'll go to this side. Is this better for you? Okay, let's see. I'll go both sides. I'll face this way and then side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. One arm's here. For those of you in my off and Patreon community with the workout calendars, this will work out for you because tomorrow's Monday is cardio day. So you'll easily be able to slot this into your workout. And then maybe the stretch session that I had scheduled for time, do it on Wednesday. Yeah? Yeah, up to you. All right, let's grab a sip of water. Keep moving those feet. Get our stuff out of the way. We need to bring the heart rates down before we lie down. Cheers, everyone. See my water bottle? I'm waiting for a new one that I actually ordered. This is the one that's usually in my car. All right, feet apart. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach it. Exhale. Do it through the mouth, make some noise. One more time. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth, make noise. Go back to regular march. Just gonna let the heart rate come down just a touch. And then I've got our timer set up. We have 3 moves for the core muscles, 40 seconds of work, 2 rounds. Now, if you do have osteoporosis and you've been through my program 1, then you know that ab crunches are a big no-no for osteoporosis. Again, because it places too much risk on the vertebrae, putting you at risk for a fracture. So we always sub out any type of crunch. That's an ab crunch. That's a bicycle crunch. That's a straight leg up in the air crunch. Anything that has rounding the spine. Now, in my workouts, we don't do a ton of those movements because I find that I can really hit your core with our big lift patterns, our squats, our lunges, our deadlifts, our rows, our chest presses, even on the ground if we add a bridge. However, I do throw it in because everybody likes a good ab burn, especially my friend Stephanie from Ireland. So I do add those in future workouts. If you do have the diagnosis of osteoporosis and you've not been through my osteo program, if you can take away one thing, I want you to take away these 3 ab moves I'm going to teach you that you will sub out whenever your instructor does an ab crunch of any type. All right, start down with light dumbbells for a weighted dead bug. So similar to what we did in warm up, but now we're weighting it up. So the movement looks like this, drawing the belly up and in. We keep that neutral spine, so nothing changes, as coached in the warm-up. And now we're just going to add that dumbbell and come back to center. So when we add the dumbbell, we have to be very mindful when we lower it. We don't let gravity take over. So let's get set up, everybody. Knees over hips. I don't want those knees too close to your chest. Flex the feet, ankles in line with knees. Arms extended straight up, dumbbell in each hand. Now, of course, that's optional, right? And I hope you know that by now. It's all relative to how you're feeling. This is your workout, your time. You choose whether you want weights or not. Belly button drawn in, abs engaged. Breathe out, lower. Back to center. I love a good dead bug. I use it a lot in my warm-ups to activate the core. And then we can also use it to focus solely on the core at an end of a workout. So here's one move for my people with osteoporosis. If your instructor starts doing some crunches, you're like, nope, I know I shouldn't do that. I'm going to do this instead. Breathe out as everything comes back to center. Arms stay straight. Good. Now, lower the feet. Take 1 or 2 dumbbells on top of the hips. Push through the heels, drive the hips up. Don't flare the rib cage. Lower down till the bum just barely touches your mat, and do it again. Breathe out. So this isn't hitting your actual ab muscles. We're hitting the posterior chain of your core. When you think of your core, basically it's anything in your midsection, your trunk. So if you take your arms and your legs off, all of that is your core. So here is another sub for an ab crunch. This is also a great sub in many of my workouts for those that don't like lunges. With the weight on the hips, it just adds a little bit more intensity. Squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure that it's the glutes that are working. If you feel it too much in the hamstrings, let's bring the heels closer to the bum. One more. All right, dumbbell to the side, take it into a forearm plank. Yes, core workout isn't complete without some sort of plank. Recognizing when we did the push-ups, that was a moving plank. So that's why we love push-ups too. Let's get on the knees, everybody. Don't clasp the hands. Wrists line up with elbows. Good, tuck the toes under. From this position, lift the knees, tap the knees. Now, this can be easily dialed back by when you tap the knees, you just hold it in this modified plank a little longer. My advanced people, you're just going to tap. You're just kissing that mat. You're not hanging out there making out with it, okay? up and down. Take a gaze at the top of your mat. So you've got those options. The knees stay down longer. That makes it a little more manageable. Don't push the bum up. Keep that spine long. You're going to feel this in the quads too. Give you a good pump there. Time. All right. Those are my 3 core moves that I want my osteo people to muscle memory for future workouts. Let's do it one more time so we know we got them. Legs up, knees with hips, ankles with knees. Flex the feet, arms extended. Abs braced, lower one arm, opposite leg. Breathe out as we come back to start. Yes, you'll feel your quads and your hips here as well. So no doubt about it, they're working. Almost there. All right, lower the legs. Optional, placing 1 or 2 dumbbells on top of the hips. Again, your heels are close to your bum and hip width apart. Hold on to the dumbbell so it doesn't roll down the body. Push through the heels, drive the hips up, squeeze the glutes, lower down. So I want you to do me a favor here. I want you to place your hand on your glute. Just pick a glute and make sure you can feel the glutes firing up. Quite often I'll hear people saying, oh my goodness, my hamstrings are cramping on this exercise. That's because your hamstrings are taking over and your glutes are deactivated. They are not firing up. So I want you to make sure you know what you should be firing up on this move. And sometimes just a tactile, the touch in that muscle kind of gives you that idea. Breathe out, hip up and lower. All right, dumbbell off to the side. Final core exercise. Let's get set up for that plank. We're going to start on the knees. And remember, we're not clasping the hands. That actually generates a little bit more power and less on the upper body and less on the core. So I want the hands like that. Here we go. On the knees, tuck the toes, drive up. And then when you lower the knees, you're going to hold here for a breath. That's going to make it, as I mentioned, more manageable. Otherwise, up and tap. Gaze at the top of the mat. Neutral spine. Shoulder blades are pulled back a little bit. Woo! If you're in bare feet too, this gives a really nice stretch to the bottoms of the feet. This is our last move, and then we stretch. Good times. Come on. Breathe it. And release. Woo! All right, you. Bravo. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. We're going to be in a kneeling position to stretch into the hip flexors. Woo! All right. If you have sensitive knees, doubling up your mat or having a small cushion in your workout area is really good. Good idea. Left knee under hip, and then I want you to lunge forward so that knee is past the hip. Squeeze this left glute, reach this left arm up and slight lean away, getting a great stretch all through here. So if I only have time for one stretch, this is the one I usually do, is hitting a lot of areas that are typically tight in the human body, the psoas, your hip flexor being the main one. Now, as you hold it, you may feel that initial stretch subside, at which point you can push that left hip forward a bit more. We want to stay fairly upright in the body. The fibers of your psoas attached to L4 and 5. So if we're flexed forward, we won't get an effective stretch. Now we're going to do the PJ special. If you know what it is, you can start. If you don't know what it is, all we simply do is take that top arm, slowly sweep it behind us. Nice. Good job, you. Let's take the other leg. We lunge. All right, here's your side view. My knee is past my hip. Now I'm going to squeeze that glute to provide some more release in the psoas. Inhale that right arm straight up, separating rib from hip, and then a slight lean away. This is one I also do when I do long haul flights. All right, sitting for an 8-hour, 9-hour trip to Europe, the hip flexors don't like that. So I will quite often get up throughout the flight and do this stretch, which causes a lot of confusion to the people on the plane, but I don't care. I would rather have no back pain when I land and people think that I'm really weird. All right, PJ special, nice and slow back. Embrace your weird, everybody. It's far better than normal. All right, come to stand. Don't use anything to hold on to. In fact, my new osteo program, I decided to do a fitness assessment with this one. And we do a rising to standing test. And yeah, let's take our chair or bench. Pick a leg, doesn't matter which one. Leg straight up. All right, flex the foot. Now we want to hip hinge with this so that we get the stretch through the hamstrings. Great, keep holding this and check the comments, see if there's anything I can answer while we're holding a stretch. Oh, Barta is flying today, so she's gonna work out tomorrow and you're gonna do that hip flexor stretch. All right, now I want you to rotate the toes away and then lean forward. Just going to hit a different head of the hamstring. If you don't feel much, good for you. I do because I've got super tight hamstrings. Come up, other leg. So we start with toes pointed up, we hip hinge. So it's not this, okay? There are situations in yoga where they do that, and that's fine. If you have osteoporosis, you want to think of more of a moderate flexion, all right? You're never taking anything extreme with extension or flexion in your spine. But if you solely just want to get your hamstrings, the hamstrings act here on the hip and here on the knee. They don't act on the upper back. So I see a lot of this happening, and that's not going to get anything into my hamstring. So what will get our hamstrings more is pushing the hip back to the wall behind us and then hinging forward. Come on up, rotate the toes away, and come down. Come on up, final stretch, let's do it. Seated, I'll put mine on an angle. Left ankle over right. Grab onto the shin, sit up nice and tall. This may be enough of a stretch for you. If you want more of a stretch, you hinge forward till you feel it in that hip. So if you are just starting out your journey in strength training because of a diagnosis of osteoporosis, bravo. I want you to know, though, that this is now a lifetime journey for you, as for any woman over the age of 40. This isn't a quick fix. It's through consistency and time that you'll see changes in both bone, muscle, and functional strength. Release. Let's do the other side. Sit up nice and tall. This might be enough of a stretch. If you need more, grab onto that shin. There's a lot of noise on the internet and a lot of quick fix programs out there. Recognize that there aren't. But if you stick with it, as I've seen with the people in our community, oh gosh, the results are amazing. We get heartwarming emails on a regular basis. And that's due to the fact that the women and a few good men have put in the hard work and done it. And I've just been blessed that they chose me to lead them, but they're the ones that did it all. And we're talking ages 50 all the way up to 80. So it's never too late. And release. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me put my socks on and check out the comments. Have some water. I hope you enjoyed the workout. If you're not already part of Over 50 Fitness, I hope we get to see you there. It's a great, amazing platform. I know I'm a little biased, but the very least, wait for that promo code we'll be sending out tomorrow for the hair kind of got messed up, darn it. Anyways, wait for the promo code that we'll be sending out. To the very least, you can rent that osteo program version 2 so that you can keep on building your bone density, your muscles, as well as learn, here's more important, of what you should do and shouldn't do, so that when you move forward to wherever you decide to be, you know what you should be doing for you. Thank you so much. Oh, hey, Doris, I have the first version. How do I get the second one? It's rent. You can rent it at Over 50 Fitness. Wait tomorrow, though. I'm going to send out a promo code for everybody. We won't be selling programs anymore. It'll just be rental. Yeah. Aw, Karen, thank you. Stephanie wants to know if we're going live for Halloween. Actually, Steph, I'll be flying to Las Vegas on Halloween. I'll be in Las Vegas, which should be an interesting place for Halloween. Nicole, she's been doing version 1, would love to start the second version. She said you can rent it, but would love to buy it. We don't have it. We just have it for rent now. We found that most people preferred actually the rental because it brought the price point down quite a bit for them. So we'll be renting, or Nicole, join Over 50 Fitness on an annual basis. You'll have versions 1 and 2 available to you on the platform. Oh, Joyce learned something from me, 67 years young. Awesome. Awesome. And you could probably teach me a few things there, girl. Thank you for joining me, Kate. Valentina, how to start a program. If you're on the email list, which I'm assuming you are because that's why you're here on the live stream, you'll get some info tomorrow about the replay so that you can do this anytime you want, and then how to have access to the new version 2 of the Osteo program. Alba, it's always Halloween on Fremont Street. That's what I hear. I said we're headed to Vegas to go see the Eagles in the Sphere. So, yes, that's how old we are. We like the Eagles. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Patty. Dorothy has the osteo program, feeling stronger. Yes, good. And that's because you put the work in, Dorothy. Thank you for joining me, Kathy. All right, everybody. It was lovely to see you all. One day, hopefully, I'll hit your area of the world and we can have a meetup. I will be back in the UK in June, so maybe we could work out something with that. I'll talk to my BFF, Karen, and yeah, we'll work something out. We'll also be, I believe, in Wales as well. So, and who knows, I may move there. I just love the UK. All right, everybody, have a fabulous rest of your day. And if you're here on the West Coast with me, stay dry. Bye. Mwah.